For some people, hearing the words organ donation is a foreign and scary thought. I am here to tell you not to be scared, but to be open to this wonderful gift. I will walk you through the process of organ donation, and you will even hear from a family member who was affected by donation. Choosing to designate is easy and can save someone's life. At some point, a potential donor is admitted to a hospital because of an illness or accident. Most donors are victims of severe head trauma. Healthcare professionals do everything possible to save the patient's life. When the medical team has exhausted all possible life-saving efforts and the patient is not responding, a physician will perform a series of tests, usually on multiple occasions, to determine if brain death has occurred. Patients who are brain dead have no brain activity and cannot breathe on their own. Brain death is death. A hospital notifies its local organ procurement organization of every patient that has died or is nearing death. A hospital gives the OPO information about the deceased to confirm his or her potential to be a donor. If the patient is a potential candidate for the donor, an OPO representative immediately travels to the hospital. The OPO representative will search the state's donor registry to see if the deceased has enrolled as a donor. If so, that will serve as legal authorization. If the deceased has not registered and there was no other legal authorization for donation, the OPO will talk to the closest family member. Once they get the OK, medical evaluation will continue. The computer program matches donor organs with recipients based on blood type, tissue type, height, weight, length of time the patient has been waiting, the severity of the patient's illness, and the distance between the donors and the recipient's hospitals. The list does not reference race, gender, income, or social status. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the donor is maintained on artificial support and the condition of each organ is carefully monitored by the hospital medical staff and the OPO coordinator. The OPO representative arranges the arrival and departure times of the transplant surgical teams. After the team arrives, the donor is taken to the operating room where organs and tissues are recovered in the same sterile and careful way as any surgery. All incisions are surgically closed and usually do not interfere with open casket funeral. Typically, the transplant recipient is already at the hospital and may be in the operating room awaiting the arrival of the life-saving organ. Surgical teams work around the clock as needed to transplant the new organs into the waiting recipients. Although it is a wonderful gift of life to one family, the other mourns the loss of a loved one. The families of all donors are offered grief support through a bereavement aftercare program. 18 people die every day due to lack of available organs. 90% of Americans say they support donation, but only 30 know how to take the steps to become a donor.
Hi, my name is Kevin Kennedy. I just wanted to share with you a few thoughts on my experience with organ donation. My father, Terry Kennedy, passed away a few years ago, and Dad donated his corneas. A lot of folks aren't familiar with organ donation, and maybe it scares them. But as a family, our experience has been very positive. It's very comforting to know that my dad continues on in this world, providing eyesight for another person. We were fortunate enough to receive a letter from them explaining how happy they were and that they're going to see good things in their life, and that was possible because of my dad. So it's a good experience. It's a positive experience. It's sad, but it's good to know that they continue on and leave their legacy in helping, and that's what my dad was always about, is helping people. So great experience. Again, a little sad, but I think it's something most families should consider if that opportunity